Hello and welcome to Manga96, and today we're going to talk about One Piece. Today's topic will be Luffy's blonde older brother who, let's be honest, only exists to fill the void that Ace left after getting a hole punched through him. There really isn't much difference between those two other than their hair color, as both of them are the same age, both had issues with their biological parents, both are strong and reliable older brothers, both are commanders in an organization that posed a threat to the world government, and both had the same Delfruit power, so it's really not hard to see why Sabo is just a Ace replacement so far. But hopefully that will change in the future. Before we start, here's a brief overview on who Sabo is. Sabo is the Revolutionary Army Chief of Staff, recognized as the number 2 of the entire organization, outranking only by Supreme Commander Monkey D. Dragon. He is also the sworn brother of the notorious pirates Monkey D. Luffy and the late Portuguese D. Ace. Raised in nobility by Outlook Firth and did it in the Goa Kingdom, Sabo ran away at the age of 10 with the intention of becoming a pirate and writing a book about his travels, and met Ace and Luffy while living as a vagabond in the Great Terminal. He tried to set sail just a few months afterwards to get away from his family, but had his ship destroyed by the world noble Saint Jalmak. However, he was saved by Dragon but lost his memory in the process and so devoted his life to the service of the Revolutionary Army. His memories would return 10 years later after hearing about Ace's death. 2 years after regaining his memories, Sabo would reunite with Luffy and also carries Ace's legacy by consuming his devil fruit, the Mera Mera no Mi. He currently has a bounty of 602 million berries. Sabo is devoted to his dream to the point that he agreed with Ace that the two of them had to kill Luffy so that he could not tell anyone about their treasure. Though neither Ace nor Sabo knew how to kill a person nor had any experience, implying some degree of innocence despite their profession. He is very ashamed of being a noble and even stated that he wished that he had not been born as one. According to Luffy, Sabo is a nicer older brother than Ace. He acknowledged Luffy's power and even encouraged his improvements. He helped Ace and Luffy get along when they were fighting, thus being the nice diplomatic one of the trio. His dream involves traveling around the world as a pirate. This is in order to write a book containing the story of everything he would see and every place he would visit during his journey. One of the reasons behind all this would be the segregation that enveloped so much of the Goa Kingdom, a thing that could easily steer a freedom-loving spirit like Sabo to ask himself what the world was really like outside the walls of Hightown and outside the island itself. However, he was ready to cast aside his dream for the sake of his loved ones. He was loyal to his friends and in this case his true brothers, to the point that he would give in to the demands of his father, becoming miserable and alone in order to save both Luffy and Ace. After reawakening his memories, Sabo did not leave the Revolutionary Army to resume his dream as a free-sailing pirate, as he seems to remain convinced to the army's causes. Despite being the son of a noble, Sabo does not act like a stereotypical noble would act, nor does he consider himself to be a noble. He does not look down on the less fortunate, nor does he put on airs about his status. This is in stark contrast to the rest of the citizens of the noble birth in Goa Kingdom, including his family, who see their status as more important than anything else and will do whatever it takes to raise their social standing or maintain their current status, as well as look down on anyone they consider to be inferior. Sabo rejects those values completely and even went as far as to say that he feels ashamed of his status as a noble. This can be seen as the reason why he ran away from home and went to live in the Great Terminal, forfeiting his noble heritage. Since a child became a full-fledged noble at the age of 18, Sabo intended to leave the Goa Kingdom at the age of 17 to escape the idea of being recognized as the thing he hated the most. He even refers to the nobles as smelling worse than Trash Mountain, as their people rotten to the core. At the age of 22, he has retained much of his old personality, although he appears to have adapted many mannerisms from Luffy, including his brother's tendencies to mispronounce the names of others. Moreover, his tendency to hang up the dendenmushi in the middle of a call rather annoys his comrades. He has also displayed an immensely fierce protective streak towards Luffy, to the point where he will disregard everything he is currently doing if he feels that Luffy is any sort of danger, including his duties in the Revolutionary Army. This is largely contributed by Sabo's inability to save Ace from the death before the time skip, a fact that Sabo still regrets to this very day. This is ironic considering that Ace himself had gained a very similar protective streak after Sabo's presumed death. At first, Sabo worried that Luffy would reveal their secret stash that he and Ace had hidden. They suggested that they would kill him, however, after seeing Luffy resist Porchiman and refusing to tell the secret, they induced him into the group and treated him like a brother. Luffy also thought of Sabo as a kinder elder brother than Ace. Indeed, unlike Ace, who often mocked Luffy's doubtful powers or hit him in annoyance, Sabo encouraged Luffy, believing his powers to be handy and never hitting him either. Prior to his departure from Goa, Sabo sent a letter to Ace telling him to take care of Luffy as their younger brother. After 12 years of separation, when Sabo meets Luffy, the latter doesn't recognize him at first, even challenging him after he stated he won't let him have Ace's power. However, when Sabo reveals his identity and mentions that the day they become brothers, this greatly shocked and surprised Luffy. After he realized that Sabo was still alive, he starts to cry out of joy, thinking that he had died a decade ago. Luffy quickly embraces Sabo, happy that his remaining brother was still alive and well, while Sabo thanked Luffy for surviving the Summit War of Marineford. He also lets Sabo take up his disguise as Lucy to enter the final in the Corrida Colosseum, allowing Sabo to take claim of the Mera Mera no Mi after Luffy gave him permission. Sabo later told Rebecca and Bartolomeo that Luffy will be the future Pirate King, showing that he, like his deceased brother Ace, supported Luffy's dream. It is shown that Sabo has gained an overprotective attitude towards Luffy as he held off Admiral Fujitora and told him that should Luffy ever need his help, he would be there for him, having refused to ever lose another loved one ever again. He also came to Luffy's aid when Jesus Burgess attempted to kill Luffy, firmly telling Blackbeard pirates that Luffy is his brother and he has to go through him to get to Luffy. In return, Luffy was very happy to see his brother again and was pleased to see that Sabo had inherited Ace's power. Upon his departure from Dressrosa, Sabo visited Luffy again and gave the Straw Hats Luffy's Vivre card, of which he took a piece and entrusted Luffy's well-being into the care similarly to what Ace had done. After Dressrosa, Sabo happily updated Dragon on Luffy's progress. Later he was very proud to see Luffy's new bounty poster. Although he had amnesia for half of his current life and forgot about Ace and Luffy, after reading about Ace's death in a newspaper article, he regained his memories of Ace and the rest of the memories he had lost. This event, combined with the fact that he discovered that Ace had died all at the same time, put him into a coma for 3 days. 2 years after Ace's death, Sabo deeply regrets that he was not there to try and save his brother's life, and not a day went by where he did not agonize over what Ace's final thoughts might have been. He visited Ace's grave and left 3 cups of sake next to Ace's gravestone in the memory of their brotherhood, and pinned a newspaper article to the gravestone that indicated that Luffy is doing fine. Despite his regret, Sabo still remains determined to inherit Ace's power by obtaining the Mera Mera no Mi. He later looked to his late brother to watch over him as he entered the arena. He obtained and ate the Mera Mera no Mi, and the first attack he used with his new ability was Ace's signature move, Hiken. Despite Sabo's grief, he took it upon himself to protect his remaining brother Luffy in Ace's stead, and vowed to never live with any regrets ever again, as he believed Ace would never have forgiven him for it. Like Luffy, he does not take too kindly to people insulting Ace, as shown where Burgess insulted and mocked his deceased brother, with Sabo unleashing a brutal fire attack on him despite him never intending to kill the champion in the first place. Even as a child, he already exhibited a very high level of physical capabilities, and the very intense training he endured in the harsh environment of Mount Kolbo. He and Ace together were able to topple Porchiman when the two of them arrived to save Luffy. Sabo was able to beat Luffy in sparring matches 50 times in one day. He was able to beat Ace 24 times, although he lost to Ace 26 times. After joining the Revolutionary Army, Sabo was personally trained by Hack and Dragon and attained tremendous physical prowess by adulthood. He is shown to have extraordinary agility and he easily dodged an attack from a fighting fish, as well as tremendous physical strength, clashing with Burgess, a pirate known for his titanic strength and the captain of the Blackbeard pirates' first ship, who is also a personal bodyguard to the Emperor Blackbeard, with little effort. He later destroyed the entire arena of the Corrida Colosseum, which was tough enough to resist all the previous battles between the New World gladiators with Hawk-enhanced physical strike. A simple grip allowed him to crush Vice Admiral Bastile's skull and helmet. Sabo also has tremendous skill in hand-to-hand combat, which were honed since childhood from sparring matches with Ace and Luffy. As a child, Sabo was already skilled enough to completely overwhelm Luffy, a Delphoid user, and fight on equal footage with Ace. Even after losing his memories from amnesia, he still retained his fighting skills as shown in the anime. Out of all the children revolutionaries who were soldiers in training, Sabo alone excelled in the rigorous combat training regimen of the Revolutionary Army, being capable of keeping up with Hack, a powerful experienced fishman karate user, and eventually defeat Hack by still a child. In addition to basic hand-to-hand combat skills, Sabo also gained mastery of the Ryusoken martial arts. By adulthood, he could knock away Burgess, an enormous man, with a single kick, with Burgess attempting to kill an exhausted Luffy to steal the Gomu Gomu no Mi. He could fight on equal level with Fujitora, a marine admiral and immensely powerful swordsman, and emerged with only a few bruises, though Sabo suspected that he was holding back. Later, he single-handedly defeated Burgess, an immensely powerful wrestler, being one of the most powerful members of the Blackbeard Pirates with only minimal effort. He also ate the Mera Mera no Mi, a Logia type Delphoid that allows him to create control and transform his body into fire at will. He initially showed difficulty controlling his power, which is typically displayed by new Delphoid users. He also mentions that he still has not grown fully accustomed to his new ability just yet, since he still has a habit of dodging attacks despite not being a Logia user. He has adapted to his new abilities quickly and has since undergone training and practice to master his powers. Sabo is able to utilize signature techniques of his late sworn brother Ace the Hiken, allowing him to transform his arm into a large powerful fire blast. It is strong enough to shatter the bottom floor of the Corrida Colosseum, which was strong enough to support the weight of a giant, exposing the underground facility. He can also use his flames to augment his Ryusoken style as well as imbue flames onto his weapons. With this, I covered everything that I wanted to cover on Sabo in this video. And that will be all for this video. If you like this video, leave a like, leave your thoughts in the comments below, or subscribe to the channel for more One Piece content as well as other manga content. And until next time, take care.